On 22 January 2022, Ethan Ralph took an impromptu trip to Portugal despite his former friend, the ethnically Portuguese Andy Worski, a multiple years spanning mindless sycophant of his who had recently burned their bridge by not sucking up to him on his own dying podcast. Poetically, within 4 days, the Gunt had met disaster, as Ralph proudly posted Twitter pictures of himself looking a little more handsome than usual. He accompanied the pics with a fanciful tale that we'll read together. He says, "Well, I've definitely got to experience Portugal in a way I never thought I would, I'll say. What is it with me in 4-on-1 fights, lol. And forgive my hair, but there's not a stylist on call here in the hospital. I don't think a stylist in the world could help you with that one. As for what happened, it's a bit blurry, so video emerges to the contrary. He has a note, well done. But some guy tried to rob me. I chased him down, and then fought him and his friends by myself. I also kept fighting well past the point that would be considered normal. Don't do this, lol, you don't want to be a badass like me." And he extends that all they got were €150, his bag and his cards. It sounds to me like they let him keep what they didn't want. Alright, I could make fun of this gentleman for days, but I simply don't believe his tale at all. For one, we know he's lying about chasing them down. He simply can't. He's 300 pounds of adipose tissue. He gasses out hard after a light 15-second jog, as we saw in the Chris Chan video. Portugal is of slightly higher elevation than his Virginia home, so it would be even harder for him there. 2, we know he can't hold his own against 4 people at once. Most people, including professional fighters, can't. And we already saw him get destroyed by a similarly portly gentleman and desperately resort to hair pulling to prevent further beatdown. 3, this is anecdotal, but I've seen a good amount of gang violence firsthand. This visage, satisfying though it is, isn't what it usually looks like when one person is set upon by multiple attackers. This is more of what I've seen it look like when one person uses another as a punching bag. The wounds are just too generous. And last but not least, Ethan Ralph notoriously picks fights that he cannot win. Whether he's threatening some libertarian kid for filming him at a rally or saying he'll beat up nobodies like me on the internet in a sanctioned fight, his bluster is the only thing bigger than his stomach. Gunt actually holds a dear place in my heart, not just for that reason, but because he's one of the few people I know of who wakes up every day hating the incapable person he sees in the mirror, and rather than do a damn thing about it like hitting the gym or just accepting his current reality, day in and day out he plugs his ears and screams to himself and his low IQ supporters that he's a paragon. The pathetic desperation to convince you that he's a badass in these tweets is palpable. So I am officially putting a 1,000 USD bounty to anyone who can procure and privately provide me video of what really caused these injuries to Gunt in Portugal. Whether he got beaten up by an 11-year-old he was hitting on, whether he got drunk, tried to high-five a streetlight and missed, or whether he's telling the truth wholesale. I want to see it, and I want to provide commentary on it for you. If there were truly 5 people involved, then you know it exists. And the offer is open to Ethan Ralph himself too, because I know he could use the money.